This is
It's
horrible.
weird.
This is a joke whiskey.
Oh. Sorry, whoever made this. All right, guys. Another week, another re-entry buzz. We just drank Coy Hill from Jack Daniels. It was a banger.
Yeah.
Especially in that proof. But right in front of us, we have a light-colored whiskey. Who knows what it is? Brian and I don't know what it is, but it's about the same color on both of our pages. Could it be a Scotch? Could it be a Notch? That didn't make it. That sounded a lot cooler in my head, but doesn't matter, people. We're gonna blind taste it. We're gonna guess our guesses. We're gonna put our notes down. But before we do, we always do the sniff and sip, one of
snip.
each. Snip and snip. And then we're going to
Don't drink
tell
my
how
water.
much we'd pay how much we'd pay for a bottle for, just off the first sniff and the first sip. So here we go to sniff and snip. Sniff it.
Cat almost drank my water over here. Oh, what the hell?
You don't love that? Smells like cat butt. No, I'm kidding.
I hate
You got
this.
2 sniffs.
I did because I hate it so much. It totally
Disqualified.
Yeah, right. 0 points.
Cole,
how much would you pay for this?
Like $10? Not even $10.
$10 is literally what I was. Yeah. This is horrible.
Weird.
This is a joke whiskey.
Oh, sorry, whoever made this. Hopefully it wasn't gifted to us. All right, we'll be back after this break. We're going to give our notes, we're going to give our guesses, and see if one of us wins. But before we do that, let's go quick to break.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So this is very interesting. This is maybe the worst whiskey I've ever put inside my body. So I'm going to go through my notes, and then I'll have Cole go through his notes. So on the nose, I just thought this has youth on the nose, youth written all over it. It burns. There's a little bit of like honey. There's a little bit of honey thing going on. But on the nose still, I picked up on something late in the game that was like hops, like a beer hops.
Interesting.
It was a little skunky, like hops.
Ooh.
So on the palate, I wrote extremely abrasive, burns, young malt. And then on the finish, I wrote sting, bitter, gross. Those are just the most fantastic tasting notes you can imagine.
It was surprisingly hot for the youth that it carries. On my nose notes, I didn't catch the heat yet. But I said single malty, synthetic sweetness, very young single malt is the nose that I'm getting from this. On the palate, I didn't write this, but you reminded me of it. It does have some heat, weirdly, especially for a young tasting whiskey. I said disgusting youth. Synthetic sweetness continues. Small barrel oak, slight chocolate, but not in a pleasant way.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. The finish, I said, kind of want to get this out of my mouth at this point. Not enjoying. Goes to say, don't cut corners, kids. Those were my finish notes.
Nice. Go through your.
There's no replacement for actual age. Everyone.
Yeah, right. All right, let's hear your guesses.
All right, so I said type single malt. Secondary grain, I said not applicable. There's only one grain in this, in my opinion. Distillery, I did go Floki here, at least on the distillery. And there were some things that didn't fully remind me of Floki here, especially the sheep dung smoked Floki. I don't know. Like, that was a little more earthy and herbal and grassy.
Yeah.
But it was still young and still kind of disgusting. Proof, though, I a little bit took a hedge here. I went with another bottle in my thought process, and I went with 100 proof. Here. Age, I said 4, even though Floki's 3. Finished, I said no. No finish here. But I did actually decide to go with the bottle guess of the Floki Sheep Dung Smoked Single Malt. Score, I gave it a 5 and a D minus. Why? Because I could probably have worse, but it was pretty darn low.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm in agreement with you here. And yeah, Floki was on my mind too. And I'm like, is this worse than Floki? And
Mhm.
I decided yes.
Uh-huh.
I genuinely believe I enjoy Floki more than I enjoy this. And by the way, the Icelandic young malt, Floki, the
Uh-huh.
young malt is actually only 2 years.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, single malt, I agree. Secondary grain, not applicable. So now for distillery, as we get into what I actually was guessing this was,
Mhm. Mhm.
I decided to guess what the previous least favorite whiskey I've ever ingested was. And that was from the distillery ASW, American Spirits. I don't know. They're out of Georgia. I can't remember what ASW stands for.
ASW.
Yeah, so we'll Google that. Proof, I said 110. I didn't want to go too high on the proof here because all of this bitterness and all of this just like burn, I think has to do with the youth more than it has to do with any kind of too high proof. So I decided to go with 110. Age, I said 2, like this just has to be just 1, 2, or 3. Finished, I said no. So for the bottle, my least favorite thing I've ever drank previously is the Resurgence Rye from
From
ASW.
ASW. Yeah.
So that's what I decided to go with on here.
A
And
malted rye.
so now,
Notes of chocolate, graham
oh
cracker, and
dude,
apricot.
nailed it. So I
Uh,
gave this a score of F. This is my
F.
least favorite thing I've ever drank, and
I
there can
like
be
that.
only one, and this is my one F. This is it.
It's pretty bad. I hope we don't hurt anyone's feelings when we reveal this bottle.
All right, I'm ready. You ready?
You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I thought about this one. This is
I don't
why it's
even
hot, man.
I don't even know
This
who
is
this
why
is.
it's hot. So this is the one we did on a
On a
what do you
drink
call it? A
along?
drink along that one time. It was a
Oh god.
Virginia distiller and it was a 141 proof rye and it
Oof.
sucks.
Okay.
Like I
So
remember
so
on the drink along, I was like, this is pretty darn bad. And I expected it because you see the color and then you see the proof and you're like, what the crap is going on here? And
yikes.
that's what it was. So
All right. So we'll tell you what this actually is right after this break. Well, it turns out you can't spell FCD without F and D, which is what Cole and I both rated this. This is
yeah,
from Franklin County
out of
Distillers.
Virginia.
This is their 141 proof rye. And oh my gosh, we are theorizing currently. This is just wild theories of ours that the barrel entry proof on this has got to just be well over 125. Because if
Yeah.
their whole brand around this release is 141 and it's etched on the bottle and it's
They
always
aged this for 2 months probably
yeah, and then they
in a
proof it
small barrel.
down to
Yeah.
141 for this like
Yeah.
standard 141 release. Goodness, this tastes like it
Yeah.
has no age on it whatsoever. So anyway, Franklin County Distillers. So type single malt, Cole and I said 0 points.
Wrong.
Secondary grain, whatever, 0 points. Distillery, Cole said Floki, I said ASW, 0 points. 0 points all across the board. This is 141 proof. We were all down at 100-ish, 0 points.
Yeah.
Age, who knows, 0 points.
Who knows?
Finished, not finished. We each got 2
Hey,
points.
points.
Yeah. So bottle, of course, we didn't get this correct. This is the Franklin
Mhm.
County Distillers Black Label 141 or some label 141 rye whiskey.
Yeah.
So yeah, scores of D minus and F. for the FCD. What do you think, Cole?
Oh man. No, I don't want to be rude, but I think they're probably breaking the law here. Because yeah, I know bourbon has to be aged. Let me check this. You talk. So
So
I just did not like this.
it did end up being 2-2 here. And this is unprecedented. This is crazy. We must be just on the same wavelength or something, because this is the third tie this season where Cole's got 1 win, Brian's
Yeah, that's
got
pretty
2
crazy.
wins, and there are 3 ties. So the ties are currently winning the season right now. If the ties win, what do we do?
That's gonna be crazy. But you are winning, so it is, yeah,
That's
1
true.
to 2 to 3 now.
Yeah. And it could be, Cole wins season 1, Brian wins season 2, ties win
Yeah,
season 3.
exactly.
Do we just stop the whole show there? Because there's
Yeah,
nobody else who can win after that.
yeah,
Man, that
yeah.
youthy
Ugh,
honey burn, the hop skunky makes a lot of sense now too, from this just like being so young and so hot.
yeah. It's
No bueno.
there is no way that this proofed from 125 to rye whiskey must have been barreled at no more than 125 proof. So I don't want to call the TTV or the cops on these guys, but I would bet money that they didn't age this correctly according to the law to call it a
M-
rye.
Maybe they barreled it at 125 and then put the barrel in an oven, and the oven helped
Yeah.
to like boil
It only
off.
pushed out water.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, I know alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water, whatever.
Yeah. But it's like
Anyway,
hydrophobic or something like that.
yeah, that's
Oh, it's
exactly what
bad.
it is. Yeah.
I
I am
will give away
proud.
this bottle. Whoever wants it, come and pick it up. I'm not shipping it. Just pick it up. You
Yeah,
can have it.
right. First Discord comment asking for this bottle gets it.
Yeah, as long as they pay shipping, I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm surprised because I would think that you would want to pay to get rid of this bottle.
it's true. But hey, if someone will enjoy it more than me, good on you.
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
proud to have given this my one and only F, and I
Yeah.
can't imagine a world where I award this F to something else instead.
We got to re-listen to that or the drink along for this
I
one because
know.
we
I
bought it
do.
because it was like reasonably priced and hazmat, and yet it is
A
terrible.
hazmat rye, no
Yeah,
less. Yeah.
exactly.
But I do remember the general sentiment of that drink along
Wasn't
was
good. Yeah.
no bueno from
Hmm.
everyone.
Whew. Well, at least I didn't lose. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys will join us next time for the reentry buzz. This was or season 3, episode 6, and Brian is still up by 1 in this season. It's a very interesting season, and so far, like we said, ties are winning it. But yeah, that was really bad. I won't even finish what's in my glass.
No, it
Pour it
is
on the ground.
rare
Actually,
that
it's not
this
even worth the
happens.
ground. Remember when we
Yeah.
were at A. Smith Bowman and we were like, oh, they always just pour it on the ground when they're done with it. And I was like, but that gives a good smell and a good experience. This won't if I pour it on the ground.
I'm going to
This will
pour
go
this in my
right
swimming
down the
pool.
drain. Or yeah, or like down the toilet or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Franklin County Distillers. They're totally watching too, because their social media presence is probably pretty low according to how bad their website is. Sorry to be so mean.
Oh my gosh. Now
Um,
we're venturing into mean territory.
yeah, we don't want to be too mean, but their website needs a little work. Um, but yeah, don't want to be mean, but there's no replacement for actual age. That's what I'm gonna say. Any last comments before we finish it up?
I think we've said enough.
I think we have, and we'll see you guys next time on the Reentry Buzz.
Oh, I thought about this one. This is
I
why
don't
it's hot, man.
I don't even know
This
who
is
this
why
is.
it's hot.